Hello there, Christian again. This is another thread that was started, I think, from Beth B-Sides record, uh, showing the Diamond albums. Those have sold huge amount of copies, mostly in the states, according to the the physical, I think, and sales. So I grab quite a stack of them. Not the top five of my collections, but I think seven or eight on the top 50 of this list. These are the ones that I have. I'm missing of number the best-selling album. It's the Eagles' greatest hits. Maybe I will get it someday. But without further ado, I'm going to start with number two on this ranking, selling the enormous amount of 33 million copies around the world. It's none other than this guy, Michael Jackson, Thriller. We all know this album. There's the guy. I have it because I bought it back in the day when I was really young. I haven't listened to this one in ages. So, but I have it because it's a classic album and maybe, I don't know, someday. So, number two, Michael Jackson, Thriller, 33 million copies. Well, at least in the state. Number five, this one, surprisingly, here it is. Selling number five, selling 23 million copies. It's Led Zeppelin Led Zeppelin 4, or the Untitled album. Here it is. This is the latest reissue. Jimmy Page put recently. Sorry, this one. An amazing quantity of amount of copies of this one, 23 million copies. It's not something you can overpass and overlook because it's a band from the 70s. It's rock and it's another kind of music that everybody loves or enjoys. At number seven, the album that turns 40 years old, the 25th. The mighty ACDC and Back in Black with 22 million copies. Awesome record. Maybe overplayed, but it's a classic. It's a milestone. It's an album that I think everybody should have one copy at least. Next, at number 13. It's the debut album from this from the most dangerous band in that year, on those years in the music scene. It's Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, selling 18 million copies just in the States, I think. We all know this album by far, I think, by heart. Great one. I think it's one of the best debut album in the rock music genre. It's a great one. So there it is. At number 21, with 16 million copies, we have Led Zeppelin again with Physical Graffiti. Great one. This is the third album from the mighty Zeppelin. So there it is at number 21 with 16 millions. At number 22, yes, the Black Album from Metallica, selling 16 million copies. A huge departure from their sound. More rock oriented, more radio friendly, more commercial. If you want to say it, a big departure from of course, from Kill 'Em All, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. So selling 16 million copies. Metallica and the Black Album. Next, at number 26 from 1973, selling at that moment 15 million copies. We have Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon. This is a reissue of 2003, I think, celebrating 30 years, I think. There it is. I still need to get a vinyl copy of this one, but right now I'm really happy with this reissue, and also with the box set that I won a couple of months ago in our contest here in the VC. So there it is, at number 26 with 15 million copies, Pink Floyd and the Dark Side of the Moon. Next, surprise, this one, at number 38 with 13 million copies. It's the debut from these guys, Pearl Jam, 10. Yes, surprise. I think it's the biggest seller album from the bands from Seattle. More copies than Soundgarden, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, and all the other bands from that city and from that sound, from the grunge era, from the 90s. Selling 30 million copies. At number 38, it's Pearl Jam with the debut album, 10. Next we have number 43, the fourth album from these guys, released in 1987, if I'm correct, selling 12 million copies with I think seven or eight singles from this album. It's Hysteria from Def Leppard, fourth album, a huge departure from the sound of the band, more produced than their previous Pyromania, and of course from the All Through the Night, and All Through the Night, I forgot the name of the album, but this is a big album, 12 songs. I think 7 or 8 singles came out from this album. Big producer Robert Mutt Lange make the band sound more polished, more pop, more produced, way overproduced. Of course, mostly because I think the accident that Rick Allen had, losing his arm, made the band use a more synthesized sound of the drum, using an electronic drum kit. But this is a good album, not one of my favorite. I prefer the first 2 albums from the band. On Through the Night, I think it's one of their best one. But here it is at number 43 with 12 million copies. And finally at number 48, another one from this band, with selling 12 million copies. It's Led Zeppelin 2. There you have it. At number 48. Surprise, surprise. Having Led Zeppelin 3 albums in the top 50 with huge sales. So there it is. Those are some of my albums I have with big sales. Of course, I'm missing a lot of the classics. Maybe someday I will have it. If someone wants to get rid of them and wants to send them down here, I'm more pleased to provide them a warm house, warm home, and make them a space in here in my collection. That's it. 9 minutes of rambling, it's more than enough. This is Christian down here in Santiago, Chile, saying goodbye. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.